Hey gang, this is Carl White broadcasting live. Actually, I'm in the dining room of my house right now. So you're looking behind me, you see the trees outside, a bicycle on the wall. Who in the heck hangs a bicycle on their wall? But if you're listening to the podcast, you're going, what the heck are you talking about? I only hear you. But you're listening to the number one podcast for loan officers in America today. And I'm joined here with my partner, dear friend for a long time, super Mr. Genius himself, Mr. Chris Johnstone, and we are going to be talking about cool AI stuff. And so, Chris, what are we going to do here in the next 20, 30 minutes?
Well, we're just going to run through some awesome tools that we found inside the inner circle that we've shared with our members. And if all goes smoothly, we're going to tie some of them together into a strategy that we can take away and actually use to generate some referral relationships.
All right, sounds awesome. So, all right, man, and I think this, just very briefly, I think this AI, this is really a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in the process of, I'm taking a little break now. I'm in the process of having some loan officer meetings, some of our Freedom Club, which is a group of high-end loan officers from across the nation. And we've been meeting in groups of 15 or 20 here for the last week, and we're meeting some more of those groups here this coming week. And one of the hot topics was AI and how it's operating. And man, it's become apparent that there's a lot of really interesting stuff here. And one of two things are going to be happening. Either you're going to master AI and learn how to use it in your business, or you're going to be working for somebody that did.
Yep.
And it's really a big deal. So any comments on that, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely. It is. I mean, the CEO of Google came out and said that AI is a more significant discovery than fire or electricity, if
Quite a
that gives
statement.
you any idea
Yeah.
of how fast this stuff is working. And I mean, you look at all of the announcements and all of the agendas from all of the companies, Microsoft, Google, Meta with Facebook, Tesla. Even if you look at the World Economic Forum, number one item on the agenda for this year at the events that they're having is artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
It's this is not just a business thing. It affects every single aspect of our lives, and it's moving so rapidly. So we're not going to go down the rabbit hole of all of that news. And I think we all understand how important AI is and that it truly is going to change the world. What we're going to talk about today is things that you can tangibly touch and use today to start to get your feet wet with AI and actually have something to talk about with your realtors and at the dinner parties and at the mixers that you're doing, so that you are an AI empowered loan officer. So,
If we can kind of pull the curtains back just a little bit, one of the reasons why Chris and I are doing this, number one, it's information you need to know. Number two, it's part of our evil scheme to get you to some additional free training that we're doing. So as you're listening to this, once the episode's over, or you can spot check it now, I guess, when you go to a website that we have, which is aipoweredlo.com, aipoweredlo.com. There's some additional free training going to be located on that website. It'll give you the information of it. And so they can go check that out. All right. So let's talk about some cool AI tools, Chris. What's top on your list? Not that it's number one, but in no particular order. Show me something that you guys have figured out.
awesome. Okay, so the first one is called Aragon.ai. So Aragon.ai. And the reason why this is first on the list, it's not top on the list, but first on the list is because we had one of our Freedom Club members come to us, and they were doing a real estate event, and they wanted AI content. And so I zoomed in and actually did the presentation with them. And this was from the real estate agents in the room the feedback on this particular tool was it was one of the things that the realtors gravitated to the most. So if you're having conversations with real estate partners, you're looking for a reason, value to reach out, or your newsletter, that sort of thing, what this tool does is you take your selfies and your headshots, you upload them into this tool, and I think there's a $20 fee, $29 fee, something like that, nominal one-time fee, and it produces 100 AI generated headshots. And it gives you different hairstyles, all different outfits. There's one of me with a bow tie. There's one of me with a goatee, which my wife promptly said, "That's why you'll never have a goatee." But you get to see yourself in all these things. But out of the 100, there's 20 or 25 of them that are really good that can immediately go into all of your marketing, all of the stuff that you're doing out there, all powered by AI. Looks absolutely incredible. And, turns it around in 30 seconds. Crazy fast.
Wow. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Is that, so right before we started, I saw your picture as I was waiting for you to sign on to the Zoom meeting that you and I are recording this on. You had a headshot. And I said, "Man, you look pretty studly on that thing, man." That one handsome dude. I was starting to want you myself. Is that where you got it from?
That is exactly where I got it from. Yep.
Well, that's a great headshot. It is. It is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It took a couple years off my face. That's for sure.
Well, dude, you look like Clark Kent. He's ripping off the suit. There's a big S on your chest. It's impressive. So cool. All right, Argon.ai. I like that
Awesome.
one. What else?
Okay, so, and I did want, going back to the event and the link that you shared there, Carl, so aipoweredlo.com, what we're going to do on that training is show how we've taken the proven processes from Mortgage Marketing Animals, the daily success plan, and all of the database marketing, the filling your calendar with qualified realtors, following up on realtors, your pre-proven lookings. We have automated and powered all of those campaigns with artificial intelligence. So quite literally, you can drop contacts into the campaigns, and then the campaigns run, but all of the prompts that you need to respond, book the appointments, and all of that, we're going to show you how we've automated that process using AI during that training. You absolutely want to register for that. So that is aipoweredlo.com in order to get that training. So our next AI tool is 11 Labs. So 11, the number, spelled out, 11labs.com. This is a tool that is developed by OpenAI. So the same company that makes ChatGPT does 11 Labs. And what 11 Labs does is it gives you avatar voices. So you can create a podcast or voice over your videos or use voices in all of your marketing. But the really cool thing that we're using it for is they have a tool where you can upload your voice. So you can shoot a dedicated audio just for the tool, or you just take videos that you have already created, upload them into the tool, it rips the voice out of it, and then a day later, it gives you your own AI generated voice. And it is surprisingly good. Now, I did this about 90 days ago, and I ran my voice through, and it was good, not great. There was little gaps, and there was just like the nuances of a voice is very difficult to capture. And I redid the process about a week ago, and Carl, the difference between 90 days ago and today, to me, was shocking. So what you can do now is you can go in and have ChatGPT write you a script for a video or a voicemail message or any type of marketing that you want to put out there. Take that script, punch it into 11 Labs, and get you reading the script, but it's not you.
So in other words, this very minute, as they're listening to this podcast, maybe you and I are actually out on a bicycle ride, and we told ChatGPT to write a script for a podcast on this subject, and 11 labs inserted in voice. That's not what we're doing, but that's exactly what you're talking about.
That's right. And
Yeah.
so to our members that we have in the AI inner circle and with Mortgage Marketing Animals, we dropped a voicemail, or I should say I dropped a voicemail just announcing some bonus content that we put out that was completely unannounced. That was 100% AI generated, and I did not get a single piece of feedback that people thought that it was AI. All
Very
two
good.
members that were on that. So it's getting crazy good.
Does that mean I could also, and I guess there's some ethics, or I don't know, ethics, wrong word, but some things that's going to be cool to do and not cool to do. Because like if I heard a great voice, I could upload that voice, and let's say I call that voice Lisa or Fred, right? I'm just making up a name here. That would then be my spokesperson, would be this great voice. I wonder how that's going to work out, because like what would happen if I uploaded, say, I don't know, Kevin O'Leary, or Barack Obama, like,
Yep.
or Ted Cruz or whoever, that I wonder what's going to keep, or Brad Pitt, like what's going to keep people from uploading and not identifying themselves, but you go, dude, that's Brad Pitt, so I bet there's going to be some interesting stuff out of this.
There is a whole industry being
Yeah.
birthed right now around deepfakes and truly, who owns the identities
Yeah.
of the people that are online. And it's funny that you say that, because our next tool
Tell me.
is a tool called Synthesia. So synthesia.io. So synthesia.io. Also a tool created by OpenAI and the team behind ChatGPT-4. And this ties an avatar voice to an avatar on your screen. So you can pick a voice and pick an actual person. Well, I shouldn't call them a person. It's an avatar, not a real person. And you can take that script, put it in, and you now have a talking head video. And the cool thing about Synthesia is they've got all these backgrounds that you can pick to put your avatar into. There's boardroom settings, there's presentation settings. They even have ones where they shrink the avatar down into the bottom right-hand corner, and you can insert slides up in the top left-hand corner. So while your avatar is speaking your ChatGPT created script, there's a slide that goes up at the top that presents the information. So to take this, imagine that you get the email in the morning from the local real estate board on all of the local real estate statistics for that month. There is a tool called beautiful.ai. Beautiful.ai. It is a text-based slide deck creator. And Canva has just released a version of this as well, where inside Canva, there's now an AI assistant. And how these tools work is they're prompt-based to get the tool to actually do the work. So you can take all of the new statistics on the market stats in your local marketplace, take them over to beautiful.ai or Canva, and drop the statistics into the AI presentation generator and just say, create me slides for each of these new statistics. Days on market, average home price, all the stats that come out from the real estate board. Well, now you've got this incredible presentation, and the AI visual presentations are unbelievable. They do the pie charts, the graphs, everything you need automatically pulled from the information that you've put into it. Absolutely incredible. You take that, layer it over this Synthesia presentation, take the statistics from the email, put them into ChatGPT, and tell ChatGPT, write me an email script for a video that's between 45 seconds and a minute and a half long with these slides. And ChatGPT will punch you out a script. You take that script, you put it into synthesia.io, and now all of a sudden you have a talking avatar video with a professional slide deck for a potentially viral reel in your local marketplace. Total time from the time you get the information to the time that you've got a fully produced, high professional 4K video punched out, you're like less than an hour to get the whole thing done. Absolutely incredible.
It's a game changer on this stuff, isn't it?
Well, I tell you, I noticed a little blue button that popped up on the Synthia site after I had used it for a little bit. I think it's there all of the time now. And it says, create your own avatar. So I click that little button and they send me an email and they say, hey, we will let you create your own avatar on this platform. It's $1,000. And I was like, that's super cool, but I'm busy right now. I'll wait. 2 days later, they sent me an email and said, hey, if you buy your avatar today, it's 50% off. So there's a little Easter egg for everybody here in the episode. Signed up and they turn on your webcam and they get you to read a script, and you turn your head to the left, turn your head to the right. It maps you. And 6 days later, inside your Synthia account, you get an avatar of you. Your voice, your image. You can punch a script from ChatGPT into it and produce your own videos of you talking over whatever it is that you want to produce a marketing video on.
Is it come out pretty good?
It comes out great. There is, again, it's that 6-month window. So I digress a little bit here, but Carl, with artificial intelligence, this is the fastest growing technology that human beings have ever seen. The statistics came out last week. Last year in venture capital, 1 out of every $4 invested in venture capital last year went to artificial intelligence. That's up 100% from the year before. But from a total dollar volume perspective, it is the largest capital influx of money into a human project ever in the history of humankind. The amount of money that's being dumped into AI this year is the largest capital investment of human beings ever towards one thing. So artificial intelligence has the fuel in the gas tank. Then if you look at the actual technology behind it, when ChatGPT 3.5 came out, it had an IQ of 16. ChatGPT 4 came out 364 days later. It had an IQ of 160. And the crazy thing about that, it went from an IQ of 16 to 160, which is just like astronomical growth in a year. But that's relevant because that's Einstein's IQ. So Einstein had an IQ of 160. But Einstein's IQ was only 160 on the things that he was really good at, physics and math, right? Physics. ChatGPT has an IQ of 160 in everything. Math, science, philosophy, fiction,
poetry, PowerPoint presentations,
like you name it. Not only that, but it has an IQ of 160 on all topics in all languages. Like, this is moving so fast. So when you look at an avatar video that's a little bit glitchy on the lips, you shrink it down a little bit and it's good enough to put in your marketing. Well, yeah, but come back in 90 days. Just like the voice technology, You know what I mean? And that's what I'm really trying to champion into the mortgage industry right now. Being AI powered and being technology focused is great because it is absolutely 100% going to put you ahead of your competitor. The competitor that doesn't start working with these tools now, because it moves so fast, if you're learning about it and you're implementing it and you're in a group and you're in a community that's focused on finding these tools and leveraging these tools and moving forward, somebody who starts at a standstill 6 months from now or a year from now or 2 years from now, remember the person that was like, fax machines, that's a fad. I'll keep writing it on paper, or the person that was like, ooh, websites, that's a fad. I'm not going to get a website.
This is I'm not saying this to be funny. When email came out, I thought that was going to be a fad. When the internet came online, because I'm old enough that I remember that, when the internet came online, I thought it was going to be like, and a lot of people are not going to know what I'm talking about. I thought it was going to be like CB radio back in the 1970s and 1980s. I thought it was just like the trucker radio Everybody had one in their car. Everyone had their one in their house. It lasted for about 4, 5, 6, 7 years, and then nobody has them anywhere. And I
Yep.
thought for sure it was going to be like that. I've learned through that experience that these things don't get away. They don't go away. They become part of our daily life, just like jumping in a car instead of a horse and buggy. The car is not a fad. The internet's not a fad, and this AI is certainly not a fad. It just does so much. So, all right. So we got Aragon, 11 Labs, Synthesia, beautiful AI. Does that kind of wrap it up, or is there anything else that we want to do today, or is that
So there's one more that I want to share
okay?
because people are now on the video thread with us in this episode. We have so much to share. So make sure you tune into the next episode. Make sure that you go and get that training, because the training with Carl and I, LO powered AI or AI powered LO.com, that is distilled down to like what to do right now to get results and get deals in the mortgage industry, because we've gone through all these tools and distilled it down to exactly what to do to actually, the whole goal of the presentation is to help you double your volume
Yeah.
using AI.
And
But
an extra 5 loans a month. That's all kidding aside. That's a cool thing about what we do, Chris. When we help somebody bring on an extra 5 loans for the average loan off, some more, some less, right? Depends on your payoff and depends, what how many years of experience and what the company's paying for and what your company for. But give or take across the nation, depending upon your loan amount, it's about 3 grand a loan. Some double that, some half that, but give or take simply an extra 5 loans, right? We're talking about, somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 grand a month.
yeah,
15 grand a month. Where else, what other business, what other career with just 5 more people saying yes? Just five. Like, that's like one a week, more or less, give or take about one and a half extra people in a 40-hour work week getting one, maybe two more people in 40 hours to say yes. It's like an extra 200 grand in your pocket for the year.
yep.
Increase on what you're making now. This is some really big stuff. There's some really big opportunities. And let me tell you what the biggest expense of all is. The biggest expense of all is what we call the COI, which is the cost of inactivity. The cost of inactivity. The cost of inactivity, the cost of indecision. Think of that costing you 15 grand a month. Well, let me hold off on implementing any of this stuff. Well, I'm kind of busy right now. I'm too busy trying to get my loan so I can make my own mortgage payment. It's like, stop walking and get on the jet. If we're wanting to go from across the country, don't try to walk there, get on a jet. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this AI stuff, it's putting a jet engine on your little Cessna propeller airplane. It's a massive difference. So anyway, I just got off on a tangent there. So Aragon, 11 Labs, Synthesia, beautiful AI, and you got one more that you wanted to introduce to us.
So I'll put it in here, D-ID. So it's D-ID. And right now, arguably the most powerful video editor, because you can take all of these tools, put it into DID, it will automatically create the captions, automatically snap the videos for each of the different social media platforms. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, they've all got different formats that you have to upload your videos on. This video tool is good enough to edit your videos, put all the captions on them, look beautiful, and export them into all the different formats that you need for all the different platforms, all powered by artificial intelligence. And honestly, Carl, we just skimmed the top of what we had prepared for the episode today. So I cannot wait to be back, and I cannot wait to be on this online training with you, man. We are going to change some lives, and I can't wait.
Yeah, some good stuff. Hey man, can I tell you a little story?
Yes, please.
So, dude, I'm here at my house. We're meeting some of these top loan officers of the nation. Dude, get this story. This one lady that was here at my house, along with a couple dozen other loan officers, we were sitting in a circle, sharing our best ideas. This lady closed 16 loans this month, right?
Wow.
Now, which for some people might not be a remarkable number. This lady within about a 6 month period went from just a couple to now closing 16 a month, right? But listen to this, man. That's not what's incredible. Check this out. Out of her 16 loans, 14 of them are refinances. You're going, wait, what? Wait, what? Get this. All of those refinances came from her past database
Hmm.
doing a debt consolidation. Look, we all know we've all seen those charts right now. The most in history consumer debt, unsecured debt, i.e., credit cards, the most ever in history is like triple what it was 20 years ago, or more than
Yep.
triple. Right? It's huge. Also, right now, and we all know this, is Americans have more equity in their home than ever before. Now you go, well, wait a minute. She must have this big database to do this from, right? This is her name, Mary Lee Brown. I think you know Mary Lee, just awesome
She's
lady,
awesome.
awesome. I love this lady, a true leader, right? So in a short period, she's gone from a couple loans a month, closing 16 loans a month, right? Um, Marketing to her past database, these 14 loans. Now get the, and this is just for this month, right? She did some last month, the month before, and she's got some going for February. This is just for this month, right? As we're recording this, the month of January. Here's the kicker: her past database, I think it was 387 people,
Wow.
or 357. It was like 350, something like that. It was under 400. So here you have somebody with 350 people in their database, which is not big,
Yep.
right? Out of 350, this lady's closing 14 loans this month. 14 loans out of a database of 350. And if you're listening to this day and let's say you don't have 350, contact your branch manager or the owner of your company and ask them for a list of loans that's closed where the loan officer, got out of the business. And they got out of the business, by the way, because they weren't following up on their database.
That's right.
And so get with the company and say, hey, I'm going to do some marketing to this past database, and let's close up 14 loans from a database of a little over 350 people. Isn't that remarkable?
That's remarkable. In just 1 month, in January of all
In
months.
January. Yeah. Isn't that isn't
Like,
that isn't that phenomenal? I just fell off my chair when she told me the size of her database. Um, and again, that wasn't a lucky month. This has been building up to this point, and it goes back to the reason I'm sharing this story right now. It goes back to that cost of inactivity, cost of indecision.
yeah,
Don't fall for that stuff. Put this stuff that we're talking about in action, and yeah, plug into this stuff. This is really a big deal. I mean, 16 loans. What is that up to? If we do, and I don't know what she gets paid or what her bit plan is or what her average loan amount, but I know what my average loan amount is, right? So on my team, we do a couple hundred loans a month. We average about 287,000. So let's do that. So let's say it's an average of that. So $2,870 per closing times 16. Dude, that's $45,920 for the month. You think that
mm-hmm,
might solve a few problems? You think that
mm-hmm.
might help out a little bit? So anyway, and Mary Lee, if you're listening to this, thank you so much for sharing your story and helping inspire me and the loan officers across the nation, and to show what happens when we actually put this stuff into action and we make things happen. So anyway, be sure to sign up for our free training, AI-poweredlo.com. Don't let the cost of inactivity put you in a hard place this month. We know a lot of loan officers across the country are going through a hard time, and we just want you to know that it doesn't have to be that way.
That's
Just a
right.
little bit of action taking can solve all these problems. So my name is Carl White,
I'm Chris Johnstone.
and we thank you for listening to this podcast. And stay tuned. We're going to be doing this again soon. And we'll see you on the inside at AI-poweredlo.com. We'll see you inside. Thanks again. Talk to you on the inside. Bye bye.